Praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright, and shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Alright, through the Spirit, I'm just going to jump in Nahum, the 3rd chapter. Start at the top. This is Shabai from Denver GMS camp. It says on verse 1, Nahum 3:1, woe to the bloody city that is all full of lies and robbery, and prey departeth not. Alright, the bloody city is Babylon, America, okay? The noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of wheels, and the prancing horses, and of the jumping of chariots. All right, and this is the bloody city, because this place is going to get destroyed, right? So this is basically going in. It's a parable, a metaphor with the noise of a whip and the noise of rattling wheels and the prancing chariots and the thumping and the jumping of chariots. Talking about the actual chariots, all right? Because they're gonna be a curse to this place. Right, as is written in this is Zechariah 5:1. Yep. Zechariah sees a chariot, right, a flying roll in verse 1. But let me jump down to verse 3. It says, then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Okay? And I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. Alright? And I'm going to stop there. That's the point. The house of the thief is also that bloody city that we're reading about in Nahum 3, and I'm at verse 3. This is the horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. Alright, because there's going to be lots of death in the day of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Alright, lots of death. Corpses all over the place, right? Dead bodies. The glittering spear, that bright sword, that's talking about that nuclear missile. Alright, those the ICBMs. Alright, let's get Isaiah. This comes to remembrance. Isaiah 66 and 15. Actually 16. For by fire by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and slain of Yahweh shall be many. Alright? And it's actually, if you read 15, let me read that. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and slain of Yahweh shall be many. And remember, plead means judge. So Yahweh's going to judge. He's going to bring great judgment on that day of wrath. That's why he's saying, "Woe to the bloody city," or the curse that enters into the house of the thief, which is the chariots. They're going to be a curse to the wicked and to the 2/3. Okay, the 2/3 of Israel. But he's going to judge. That's what that word plead means, judge, right? He's going to plead with all flesh, judge all flesh. He's going to use his chariots, the missiles, the nuclear fire, the missiles, the chariots. There's going to be beasts of the field coming out, which, that includes the Leviathan, different animals and beasts that'll come out of their places, it tells you in the Apocrypha. And what? It's all for this destruction that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai are going to perform on the earth, all right? And more specifically, Babylon, America, the bloody city, right? That's what we're reading about. Verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. And who does that? This is all talking about Babylon, America. You want to sit there and say, "Oh, America is not in the Bible"? Well, you stupid ass. You gotta look at it through a spiritual eye. You're gonna understand who the harlot is, right? Judging the whore, right? That whore that's gonna be burned with fire, right? Let's grab that real quick. They shall burn the whore with fire. It's in Revelation, all right? I knew that. I just couldn't remember exactly what verse. So let's get Revelation 17 and 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire." All right? And that's dealing with let me see here. It's EU or NATO, right? NATO is the military part of it, and EU is the economic part of those nations that are together, right? Right now they're the allies of Babylon, but they're going to become the enemies of Babylon. All right, they're going to turn against the whore and burn her with fire. Okay, so let's go back to Nahum 3. And it's because of the multitude of her whoredoms, right? She's look at this place, man. You got your kids in this society right now. Most of these kids have cell phones, and on the cell phones, there's nothing but whoredoms. You got not only the whoredoms, the witchcraft, which is you got transgenders, homosexuality, all these different wicked things that are pushed by this wicked society, and it's taught to be the norm here in Babylon, and the whole world follows after the whore, meaning they basically take on the customs of the whore. Because you can go to Mexico, so-called Mexico, you can go to Europe, you can go to Africa, you go everywhere, because the internet in this place influences all of the different nations with the whoredoms and the witchcraft. Okay, breaking up families, which it's all crafty counsel, which Esau Edom he sat out crafty counsel, and he's been breaking down the families since really this whole since he got into power, but more specifically, like during the time of the Industrial Revolution, where the men had to go out of the house. They used to be farmers, but then they became, they were working out in the Industrial Revolution. They're going to the, industries, working in these different, basically taking the men out of the house, which is which holds the order of the household, the man, the husband, and then eventually taking the woman out, right? During the feminism movement and all this other bullshit, where the woman becomes equal to the man here in Babylon, and so on and so forth, and to the point where now you have literally transgenders in your schools raising your children, influencing them, or you have the social media shaping their mind, So that's what it's talking about when it's talking about their witchcrafts and breaking families. Verse 5, "Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame." Right? Which is this whore, she's going to become naked, meaning she's going to be shameful. Because in that day when Yahweh fucks, Babylon up with the EU, the NATO, the European Union, and they come against the whore, which is Babylon, it's going to be a shameful thing, This place is going to be, and really shame would go into also you Israelites, you 2/3, because you don't keep the laws. So you should be ashamed, but you're not, because you're in the mindset of the Babylon. But that's what it is, going into this shame on this place. Shame on Babylon, really. Shame on you, you see. Verse 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste, whom will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforters for thee? And Nineveh is a spiritual name for Babylon, America. All right? Art thou better than Populus? No, that was situate among the rivers that had the waters round about it, whose rampart was the sea, and her wall was from the sea. Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength, and it was infinite. Put in Lubim, they were Put and Lubim were thy helpers. Right, and remember, this place is spiritual Egypt. America's got a lot of different names when it comes to the scriptures. When you look at it through a spiritual eye, and when you understand, that this place is basically all the wicked cities in the scriptures that you read about. You can just take that name and slap it on Babylon, America, because they're in the same mindset as those other heathen nations that were putting our people in captivity and destroying our families, destroying our people, destroying our culture, destroying our everything, you see? Verse 10. Yet she was carried away, she went into captivity. Her young sons were dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets, and they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains. Talking about when they carried us away into captivity, and this is going to be balanced out, because it tells you in Psalms 137, not only are you going to go into slavery, but we're going to dash your kids into the stones. And let's read it. Psalm 137, and I'll start at 7. Remember, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Right, because during the time of the abomination of desolation, when you had the Edomites destroying the temple, they were wanting to. That's what raise it means, destroy it. They destroyed our temple to the foundation, even the people, the men and women carried away into captivity, destroyed. Right, they entered into the temple and defiled it. Verse 8: O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. You see? So that's going to be a balanced out. The Lord, you got to remember, He's the Lord of balance. It tells you in Proverbs, right? Let's see. Let's get that real quick. Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is His delight. See? So He's going to balance it out. And, let's read it again in Nahum. Yet, verse Nahum 3:10. Yet was she carried away, she went into captivity, talking about Israel. Her young sons also were dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets, and they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains, talking about our people. Thou also shalt be drunken, thou shalt be hid, and thou shalt seek strength because of the enemy. All thy strongholds shall be like fig trees with the first striped figs. If they be shaken, they shall even fall unto the mouth of the eater. All right? Like you take a fig tree and you shake it, the figs just fall off. You see? So that's how this place is going to be. And it's really also dealing with those chariots. Remember that glittering sword. All right? Because when you do that, that's also a parable. Like if you shake that fig tree, and you see all those figs falling, that's going to be like a metaphor of what it's going to look like when the missiles are dropping on Babylon, America. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of the land shall be set wide open unto thine enemies. the fire shall devour thy bars. And there's a verse that talks about the city without walls. Let me get that real quick. Because the city is you know what? I don't know which one. I didn't find it. I found a few precepts, but I'll bring them out. Well, you know what? Let's just grab this. I'll grab this for now. Proverbs 25 and 28. It says at the bottom of your screen, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. All right, so Babylon, America, you have to remember, in the ancient times, the ancient world, they had walls around the cities, and that was for protection. But Babylon, America is that city without walls that's going to fall, right? And they don't have that anymore, right? That's like a custom of the old, which they don't do that anymore. So that's going to make this place even more vulnerable, which is really irrelevant because then those missiles are going to come from the sky and drop on Babylon, America. But it just made me think of that verse. Nahum 3 and 13. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land shall be set wide open unto thine enemies, and fire shall devour thy bars. Draw thee waters for the siege, fortify the strongholds. Go into clay and tread the mortar, make strong the brick kiln. There shall the fire devour thee, the sword shall cut thee off, and and it shall eat thee up like the cankerworm. Make up thyself many as the cankerworm, make thyself many as the locust. Right. So this place is going to be, the cankerworm and the locust. They'll jump on a tree and just eat it to all the nutrients so the tree dies. Right, that's what it's comparing it to. Thou hast multiplied thy merchants above the stars of heaven, and cankerworm spoileth and flieth away. Right, because this place is a land of merchants, right? Land of trade. Now they have e-commerce where, business is done online, but there's lots of trade and stuff. That's why, like, when Trump sets those tariffs, when he was the president, and puts on those tariffs, means he's taking away their ability to trade and make money, right? But it affects this place when he does that. So Nahum 3 and 17, thy crown are as the locust, and thy captains as the great grasshoppers which camp in the hedges in the cold day. But when the sun ariseth, they flee away, and their place is not known where they are. Thy shepherds slumber, O king of Assyria, thy nobles shall dwell in the dust. You see this? This place is going to get annihilated, man. Thy people is scattered upon the mountains, and no man gathereth them. There is no healing of thy bruise, thy wound is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap the hands over thee, for upon whom hath not the wickedness passed continually. Right? And that's what it is, man. There's no healing for this place. This place is done, man. They had the debate the other night. They were talking about make America. Trump was saying we're going to make America great again, and he knows this place is bestly done. The fat lady singing on this place, man. There's no such thing as making America great again, right? Let me grab this, and I'm going to close on this. Jeremiah 51 and 9, it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Right, because those missiles, man, they're gonna fall out the sky and drop on Babylon, America, and destroy her. All right, and Babylon's not be healed. Let's read 8. Well, no, let's read 7. Jeremiah 51 and 7. I should have started there. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hands, and that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Meaning the mad means crazy. And this is, how they drink out the cup of Babylon is that influence she has on all these nations. Because of the internet, we had, our elder did a video a while back where there was a girl, there was a woman, and she was doing a video of her in their homeland of Africa, right? So-called Africa. And in the background, you can see her daughter twerking, you see? And where did she learn that twerking from? The internet. She's influenced. This is what it's talking about. The Babylon has made the whole earth drunk. Influence. When you're drinking and drunk, you're influenced by that alcohol. That's that metaphor. This whole world is mad, crazy, because of Babylon America. You have the women in all these different countries where they're acting like Babylonian women. They have the mindset of a Babylonian. They have the mindset of fucking Cardi B. You see what I'm saying? A mindset of fucking Meg the Stallion. A mindset of fucking, what's the other one? Nicki Minaj, And I use those women as examples because Jake is the salt of the earth, and they use our women to destroy our women. They use our, in all those cases I mentioned, all those women are used to destroy our women. Right? Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted even up to the skies. Right? Her judgment has reached it, meaning Yahweh is ready to judge this fucking place. And he's going to judge it with his fire. He's going to judge it with his chariots. He's going to judge it with the missiles, which the missiles are ultimately, he's going to be in, the spirit of Yahweh is in those missiles. Let me grab that if I can remember. Let's see. Yep. Hebrews 12:29, it says, for our God is a consuming fire. Why? Because those missiles that are fired to Babylon, they're going to have the Most High's spirit in those missiles, and it's a spirit of vengeance. Fire is a spirit of vengeance. I think it's in Ecclesiastes 39. If the spirit's on me right now, Ecclesiastes 39 and towards the end, I think. Ooh, that's the spirit. See, spirit's on me right here. Because I couldn't remember. This is Ecclesiastes 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction. They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. And I'll go ahead and stop right there. So you can see what the future of Babylon America is. America is not going to be made great again. It don't matter whether it's Trump in the office. It don't matter if it's Kamala Harris. That sorry biatch. Listen, man, this place is done. And the Lord has warned us. He's using his servants, the prophets, to warn you about the future of this place. If you're an Israelite, and if you're of the elect, you're going to repent. If you're not of the elect, you're just going to walk around in oblivion, in slumber, in darkness, and you're going to be taken by these spirits of vengeance. Okay? So with that, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah Kudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge the Akim, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and shalom to the elect. Shalom.